What happens when you drop a penny from on top of a skyscraper? What about 20,000? Only one way to find out.
Dropping 20,000 pennies off the top of a skyscraper in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh! Today, we're at the Pittsfield building. A vacant 40-story skyscraper in the heart of Chicago that we're bringing back to life as a living landmark. Here, we're gonna find out exactly what happens when you drop a penny from the top of a skyscraper.
And later, for the first time in history, we'll be dropping 20,000 pennies off of a skyscraper onto myself, of course.
Disclaimer, do not attempt to recreate anything you see in this video. Skyscraper Guy is not responsible for falling pennies from any skyscrapers. This experiment was conducted by professionals in a closed set. No AI was used in the creation of this video.
To conduct this experiment, I'll be standing right here in the center of this courtyard, 65 meters straight above me on the 23rd floor. We'll find my assistant, Bryce. Yo, Bryce! Here, he will be dropping the pennies and finally putting an end to this myth, and hopefully not my life.
Before I put myself in harm's way, let's break down what we can expect to happen. A penny is rather light, weighing in at only 2.5 grams. If we ignore Earth's air resistance entirely, a penny dropped from my skyscraper could hit the ground at over 200 kilometers per hour. But because we're on Earth, our atmosphere creates drag force that opposes motion. This causes a phenomenon known as terminal velocity, the maximum speed attainable by a falling object. A penny's flat shape means it can fall face first, edge first, or tumble somewhere in between. This causes its terminal speed to vary in free fall. In near perfect conditions, a penny falling strictly edge first could reach a maximum speed of around 100 kilometers per hour. So in theory, that top speed shouldn't be enough to seriously harm me. At least I hope not. No one's actually ever tried this from a real skyscraper. Until now, dropping a penny from on top of a skyscraper in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That was nowhere near me. Yeah, guys, this might be a little harder than we thought.
Go ahead and let it loose up there.
I hear them landing around me. Oh, that was close. At this rate, this whole skyscraper will be restored before I successfully get hit. Let's switch up our approach. But before I risk my life dropping 20,000 pennies onto myself, let's review what we observed here. When dropped, the penny initially follows a relatively straight path. As it speeds up, uneven drag forces take over, causing it to tumble and flutter unpredictably. This makes a single falling penny extremely difficult to aim. When viewed from below, it may first appear as if the penny is headed straight for the camera, but within moments, the tumbling takes over, pushing the penny off course and out of frame. To help increase our chances of the penny hitting me, we conducted this experiment on the 23rd floor instead of the 40th. The building's unique open-air courtyard is protected on all 4 sides by interior walls. This allowed us to limit the free-falling penny's exposure to the elements while also attempting to contain where they landed. The terminal velocity of the penny would not have increased even if we dropped it from the 40th floor. This would have just made getting hit that much more challenging. And where's the fun in that? Time to bring out the big guns. Introducing our homemade, state-of-the-art penny dropping device. Ta-da! Crafted from salvaged scrap material found around the skyscraper, I hope this thing works and doesn't fall off the side of the building.
Go away.
Never gonna have enough screws, guys.
The idea is to load all 20,000 pennies right here onto this lawn tramp, like so. What? How? When the lift gate is removed, we should get a steady flow of pennies raining down 65 meters below onto, well, myself. I'm sure this will be fine. One thing we never accounted for was how long it takes to physically unroll 20,000 pennies.
What about dimes, dude? Yeah, there are
There's a dime in there?
I saw a couple, yeah.
Oh shit! No way. That's rounding error right there, man.
8 full boxes of pennies, 400 individually rolled tubes, and 4 banks later, it took all hands on deck to get this job done. Weighing in at 50 kilograms, it took our 7-person crew over 30 minutes to unbox all 20,000 pennies and load them into our dropping device. As the sun started to set and our fingers turned raw, the never-ending unraveling task was finally coming to, well, an end. On the bright side, at least the sunset was a burner. In case you ever wondered what 20,000 pennies looked like, everyone was now in position. With the city lights glowing and the sun completely gone, the production crew started getting safety concerns about visibility.
We need a clean and safe drop here. We only have one chance to get this right.
At this point, I was getting rather nervous.
This is gonna be crazy, bro. Oh my goodness.
No turning back now. We gotta go, guys.
Moment of truth, dropping 20,000 pennies off the top of a skyscraper in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh! 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 I guess it takes 20,000 pennies to get hit. Let's review the aftermath. The first penny to make contact hits my hand, followed by both of my shoulders. Then, final blow, directly to my hard hat. Oh! And from another angle? So what exactly did we observe here? Once the lift gate was removed, thousands of pennies started rushing off the side of the building at the same time. At first glance, all of the pennies fell together, forming a large group. Here it is again from a different angle. Just look at the size of that buildup. As the grouping of pennies traveled down the side of the building, we noticed they don't immediately spread. What's happening is the pennies falling together are pushing air downward. That means that the pennies towards the middle and top sections are falling through air that's already moving. The tumbling and fluttering effect that we saw when observing a single penny is delayed. This is because the large grouping reduced relative airflow early on. The key thing is, this didn't make the pennies travel faster. It only changed how long they stayed together. It wasn't until about 50 meters into the drop that you can see the grouping start to spread out like a shotgun blast. Once this happened, each penny began behaving on its own.
When you look at the aftermath of the spread from the top down, you can clearly see how airflow shaped where the pennies landed.
A majority of them landed here, directly below the drop point. This is where the pennies remained grouped the longest. As you move further away from the direct drop path, you'll start to notice that the dense buildup begins to thin out. These are the pennies that exhibited the most tumbling and fluttering during free fall. From this angle, you can clearly see how the free-falling pennies rain down, inevitably colliding with me and our cameraman. Shout out to the cameraman. Everyone knows he can never die. Remember in the beginning of the video when I said,
In near-perfect conditions, a penny falling strictly edge-first could reach a maximum speed of around 100 kilometers per hour.
well, we just so happened to achieve near-perfect conditions not only once, but twice.
These two pennies embedded themselves into a miscellaneous piece of styrofoam that we had lying in the courtyard. This didn't necessarily happen because they were moving faster than the others, but because they landed edge first, concentrating their force into a very small point.
An extremely rare occurrence to witness, but hey, when you drop 20,000 pennies from a skyscraper, you start to see some strange things. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe for more skyscraper content to come. And to get involved or learn more, visit skyscraperguy.com. Thanks for watching!
Oh yeah. Oh, there's my phone. Okay.